Hey guys, so we're going to go over real quick how to add doors and windows into your Revit drawing. The walls here are what we're going to add, or sorry, we just did the walls. The doors here are what we are going to add first. So if you click on door, it'll take you to single flush. If you are still stuck in a 3D mode, every time you are stuck in a 3D view, if you go back to architecture, you can see those things back again. So if we click on door, and if you click on this tab here, you can see all the different size doors. If there is never a door that is a dimension that you need, so for example, maybe our classroom entrance door is a bit bigger than the standard size door, if you click off of here and if you click edit type, you can actually go on here and manually type in the height and the width of the door so that you can have exact dimensions in there. Okay, but for right now, we are just going to assume that the doors are a standard size 36 by 80 door. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the doors into our 2D view here. So this is our exterior wall. We don't have any doors. This was our back room door. So we actually have two doors that lead into our back room. We've got one right here, and if I'm adding my exact measurement in, I'm going to click where the measurement is, and I can then type in exactly where that door is located. And if I hit enter, then it moves it over. Now I'm into the wall there, so it's probably not quite that exact measurement, and so I may have to do 4 foot, let's just say 4 foot 8 inches. And there's my door. And then I'm going to add my other door over here. And if I need to switch which way the door is going, if I hit the space bar, it changes the direction of the door. And again, I can click on it and add the exact dimensions in if I need to, whatever those may be. Okay, so that's how you add doors in going around the room. So you'll have to add 4 in to our classroom. Now if I'm going to add some windows in, I'm going to click on the window tab here, and you'll see it comes up with a fixed 36 by 38. So if we're doing the windows on the exterior wall, they're extremely small windows. The first thing that we actually have to do before we add our windows in is change the height of our ceilings. So Revit does something kind of goofy in that they automatically make your ceilings 2 levels high. So if you come over here to your views and if you go to elevations and you click the east view here, you'll see it's already going 2 levels high. So if I click once, I can actually pull it down. We just want our building to be 1 story high. And actually you can do a couple, you have to move all 4 of your walls down. So I just moved 2 of my walls down. If I come back over here, and if I click the north wall, okay, now I'm going to click on it and I'm going to move that down to be 1 story high, and I can actually click the other wall there to make that 1 story high. So now my whole classroom is 1 story high. So that's the first thing you need to do before you add windows in, because you don't want to add windows in on the 2nd story and then you can't find them. So after you have lowered everything down, you're going to come up to the window tool, and we're going to edit the type, because our windows, if we're doing the exterior windows, are actually long and thin. They are not as tall as a standard window. So my guess, and you guys are going to add more specific measurements in, but I'm just going to say they're 2 by 4 right now. I'm going to hit OK. And when I go to add my window in, I'm actually choosing, am I going to have them centered, or am I going to have them facing into the room, the panel facing in, or facing out? Now all the windows on there, the panels are facing out, so if I guide it towards this outer wall and I click once, you'll see it's got a thin line here, and then that's actually the glass panel right there. So I'm going to add my windows in right there. Now I've got different windows over here, so I'm going to come back over to the edit type. And if you ever click on something accidentally, just come back to architecture, come back to window. And then I'm going to edit my type, and I'm going to put in the exact dimensions for those windows, because they are not custom either. They're probably maybe 4 feet by 4 feet. They look more like square glass. And if I do that now, I'm putting my windows in over here, and I've got my 3 windows. Obviously I didn't measure the wall right, and then you've got windows that you need to put in along this wall as well. Now if you ever want to see it in the 3D view, there's 2 different ways to get there. You can click down here and click 3D, and then it takes you into the 3D view, or you can come up top here and click the 3D view, and it takes you there. And then the really neat thing about Revit is you can actually move the windows. So if I wanted to move these, obviously my measurements weren't exactly right with them because they look a little weird, but you can move them up so they are facing up more in the room. And then when I want to go back to my 2D view, I'm going to click level 1 in floor plans, and then it takes me back to my 2D view here. So I'm going to hit save. I don't believe I've gone over save yet, but let's just make sure. We're going to go to File, Save As, and we're going to do Project. And then this is going to pop up. And what you're going to do is you're going to come down to Computer. You're going to go to Network Location and find your name, so your initials and your lunch ID. And then you're going to save it as Classroom Revit. And you're going to hit Save. And that's going to save your project there. So we've gone over how to add doors. We've gone over how to add windows. Some other things that we can add into our classroom here, which are kind of fun, is you can add a flooring in. And there's all different kinds of flooring that you can add in. If you go to Edit Type, okay, there's the Family System Floor. We're going to add a generic wood floor in, and then you can choose what color you're going to add your floor in, if you want to change the color of your floor. Okay. You can also add what kind of floor it is. If you go to, and sorry I'm remembering things here and I'm not remembering right. Forget that I just did that. Oh, sorry. Here you can add ceramic tile in. You can do wood finish. You can do carpet. So let's say we're adding a carpet in. Okay. And you can change the kind of material. If you go to click to carpet, and if you click this next to it, it takes you on to the carpet, and you can actually choose different materials. So here's what they all look like. All the different flooring that you can choose from. Okay. And you should be able to, if I can remember, change, might be back where we were, the color of your carpet. So let's say we want to make it a red carpet. And I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to choose boundary line. And I'm going to choose my boundary that the carpet is going to be in. I'm going to go down, and it's going to come all the way over. And I'm going to hit the green marker. And then once I hit that green check mark, now I've got my carpet in there. And if I go to my view, 3D view, and I change it around, you can see the black and white. And if you want to see, you can see the carpet in there now. Now there's a couple other things you can do with your 3D view. If you hit this button down here and hit realistic, what it does is then it makes it look realistic like our classroom. So you can see the red carpet now that I added in there. So that's how you add flooring in. What else can we add into our classroom? How about some furniture? The next video actually that I add here will add some furniture in.